Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer. We're breaking down a really fascinating, super specific methodology designed to do literally one thing: get someone to contact you. We're looking at an 8-minute guided protocol from Alchemy success coach Robert Zink. Now, this isn't just your standard think positive thoughts kind of deal. Nope, it's a structured, step-by-step psychological and energetic framework meant to make a specific person call, text, or write to you. We're going to unpack the exact mechanics of how this source claims you can manifest that contact, going all the way from physical relaxation straight through to some pretty intense mental visualization.
So, here's our roadmap for the explainer. First, preparing energy. Second, the deep breathing technique. Third, achieving vibrational alignment. Fourth, the distance visualization method. And finally, assuming the final outcome.
All right, section 1, preparing your internal energy. Let's look at how to set the stage.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how Zink insists that before any visualization starts, you absolutely have to establish the right environment. Turn that phone completely off, find a quiet spot to sit, and connect with what he calls source energy. Think of it as your higher genius, or like a spark of eternal fire glowing right there inside you. The methodology is pretty flexible on what you actually call this force, but the whole reason this matters, you aren't reaching out into the vast universe to find your power. You're tapping into the manifesting source that's already within you. You literally focus your internal energy entirely on this brilliant little spark to prep for the real work ahead.
Moving right along to section 2, the deep breathing technique. It's time to relax the physical body.
To get into a state of profound physical relaxation, the source lays out a very strict 3-step cycle. First, you inhale deeply right through your nose. Then, you exhale slowly through your mouth. And the key here, you have to maintain a strict 3-second duration each way. 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. This repetitive, really rhythmic action essentially forces every single muscle to just let go, unwind, and soften up. It completely centers that internal energy we were just talking about. Basically, it acts as a bridge between your super busy day and the highly focused mental work you're about to do.
Which brings us to section 3, achieving vibrational alignment. This is all about matching frequencies.
Now, this right here is the central theory of the entire process: vibrational alignment. The source makes it crystal clear right off the bat that this is absolutely not about manipulation or tricking anybody. Instead, the whole mechanism relies entirely on matching your energetic frequency with the exact energetic frequency of the person you want to hear from. The theory is that by aligning these vibrations, you'll naturally and organically just pop right into their mind. It's kind of like you're tuning your own internal radio dial to their exact station.
So the crucial point is, how do you actually establish that alignment? Well, the source gives you a very specific mental tether. You're instructed to slowly repeat these words in your mind. I am aligned with your vibration, and you are aligned with mine. Come to me. While you're keeping up that deep 3-second breathing, this continuous loop of come to me, is meant to steadily draw their energy right toward yours. It perfectly anchors that connection. Okay, section 4, the distance visualization method. Let's take the mental journey. And this brilliantly illustrates how the meditation shifts into a highly structured spatial journey over those 8 minutes. You start by visualizing the specific person way off in the distance. Right on the horizon is just a tiny dot. Even if you can't see the dot perfectly, you just know they're out there. Then, as you keep repeating come to me, they move closer, to about 100 yards away. You actually start seeing the outline of their clothes. Maybe you notice the color of their jacket. You can feel the excitement really building in your body. Then, boom, they're 20 feet away. Finally, you're standing completely face-to-face, looking directly into their eyes and giving them a huge embrace. To really ramp up that connection as they step closer from that 20-foot mark, the source throws in a mental countdown. 10 feet, 9 feet, 8 feet, all the way down to just 2 feet. This step-by-step countdown is used as a psychological tool to seriously heighten the physical sensation of their presence. By the time they actually reach you, the methodology claims you should literally feel their energy, feel them hugging you, and deeply feel their growing desire to reach out. The connection becomes incredibly tangible.
Finally, section 5, assuming the final outcome, shifting the narrative.
As the session wraps up, you don't just walk away crossing your fingers and hoping it works. No way. You are instructed to literally tell yourself that the event has already taken place. You speak in the past tense. You say, they texted me, they called me, they visited me, they wrote to me. By flipping the narrative from a future wish to an already accomplished past reality, the goal is to write your very own personal success story right there in your mind. You're essentially tricking your brain into dropping any lingering doubts, completely locking in that feeling of absolute success.
The whole methodology is sealed with 3 definitive commands. Believe it, know it, expect it. It's just not enough to do the visualization and call it a day. You have to fully 100% expect to hear from them without a single shadow of a doubt. Carrying that absolute, rock-solid certainty into the rest of your day is presented as the ultimate final step of this 8-minute practice.
Which brings us to a really fascinating question to close out today's explainer. Regardless of where you personally stand on the whole concept of manifestation, think about this. When we take 8 concentrated minutes to completely relax our bodies, align our thoughts, and vividly expect a really positive result, how does that rewire our approach to our everyday challenges and everyday connections? It's something truly interesting to chew on, right? Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.